Hello everyone, Gemini, cross watchers. Thank you guys so much for joining. Today we are going to look at your weekly tarot reading for November 3rd through the 9th. If you enjoy the message and would like future videos, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you would like a chance at a free personal reading, I do a drawing every month. So to get entered into the drawing, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment your astrological sign below. So, Gemini, first off, first official week of the retrograde. And I sense that it's hitting Geminis the hardest or the strongest. With Mercury, blah, blah, blah. See what I mean? I'm a Gemini. With Mercury being our ruling planet, right? The retrograde is the perfect time for gems to take a step back and focus on self-care, self-love, self-healing. However, I get the sense that gems are determined to push through this. You may have heard that you have the go-ahead. It's okay for Geminis to take action. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, is what I'm hearing. Also, I get a sense that you've gone into high gear with this purge thing that you've been working on. Letting go of everything that's holding you back. Closing chapters. Take a little bit of time to come up with a plan. What do you want to achieve in the next year, in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? What steps will you need to take to get there? Review and release is also good as well. I really do get the sense Geminis have been going through a purge, some sorts, healing process, we'll call it. And I really feel like Geminis are struggling with forgiveness, with forgiving and moving on. Okay, I feel like there was something that happened in the past that was very dramatic. It was a very painful situation, something that ended very dramatically. And I feel like you stood your ground. You made the decision to walk away. But yet, in the position of what's challenging this is the Four of Swords. And I was getting that energy when I did the pre-shuffle. These same cards came out. I do feel like you have been contemplating what's next, what's the next step, how to move forward from here. I also feel like you have been releasing a lot of negativity, a lot of people, places, and things that are no longer serving, outdated belief systems. One thing I am getting a sense here, Gemini, is there's a need for a change in perspective. I feel like you're focusing on the negative things and not the positive things. This ended, they hurt you. They took all your money, they ran off with somebody else, they ran off with the dog and the car too. And I feel like you need to look at this like you've gained a lot of experience. I feel like you may not be in the same position that you were by going through this situation. So try it and change your perspective and see the positive things that came out of this ending. I know that sounds kind of abrasive, but you're a Gemini, you can handle it, right? Ultimately, I really feel like focusing on your finances, on your goals, and not goals within relationships, goals that are tangible, goals that you can control. Because we can't control other people. We can only control ourselves. Another thing that I'm picking up here is your decision making is a little erratic with the Knight of Wands, maybe all over the place. So I do feel like I was mentioning prior to doing the reading, that there's a need to make a plan. Get clear on what it exactly that you want out of the situation, out of life. What do you see yourself doing and why? And then working backwards to make a plan to get there. Even if it is in this relationship or within relationships. Doing this inner work first is necessary before you can bring that in. Now, this ending that you had could have been with a soulmate connection, Gemini. It could have been with somebody who you had a very strong connection with. And that's why I feel like the outcome is you're waiting. But understand, Gemini, that in order to bring this connection in to spiritual union, you will have to be ready when they come back around. And I honestly feel like right now, with the way the cards are presenting themselves, you're not ready, Gemini. You're not ready for this person to come back. You will be. You will be ready. But not yet. I also feel here, Gemini, that you may be blocking this connection. You may be thinking that this isn't your soulmate. This isn't somebody who is your soulmate connection. They hurt you and you're never going to forgive them. All these other things. Okay. I feel like the forgiveness part is one thing that you struggle with. And that's why you're not ready yet. Yes, you've gone through some things with this person. Yes, you guys have hurt each other. They might have hurt you worse than you hurt them. Regardless, you both weren't ready. And this reading is really talking about, Gemini, how you're looking too long at the closed door at the ending of this soulmate connection. And if they were to come back in right now, you wouldn't be ready. So let's get some fairy tarot out here for some confirmation, some guidance. I feel like you either aren't ready or you maybe once thought this was a soulmate connection and you stopped believing that. So Trust that everything happens for a reason. There's going to be a new beginning. This person is going to come back around. You have to be ready for this to come into union. Feel like before Gemini, you weren't ready. I feel like you're still not ready. If this person came back today, you wouldn't be ready. Going through this review and release process is going to help you to get ready. Taking a step back, contemplating, going through the review process of the past and releasing all of the energy, the negative and the positive. Clearing the slate. Clearing that slate. The seeds have been planted. Either you've planted these seeds within a message that you sent to this person, or they have spiritually been planted. Now all you have to do is work on yourself. Work on yourself. There are challenges and obstacles ahead, okay? But going through these challenges, going through these obstacles is what's setting the stage for this firm foundation. You wouldn't have had the same approach if you hadn't gone through what you went through. I understand that's hard to hear. It's hurtful. Nobody wants to hear anything like that. But it'll all make sense. It will all make sense. Once you get through this, so don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Setting boundaries is what this card is talking about. Getting to know your own boundaries. That way, when this person comes back around, you can stand firm in that. Now, Damara came out. Guiding children. You're good at helping and counseling children. This card also talks about how there could be children involved in the situation. Maybe you guys have a child together. Whatever the case may be here, Gemini. These children may be bringing, maybe the guiding force for bringing you two back together. Take some quiet time, meditate, contemplate, clear your energy, and get ready for that review and release process. I will link a video in the description box that I created about the review and release process if that's something that you're interested in. I feel like everybody is really going through this process right now of reviewing and releasing everything in their lives that is no longer serving to make room for a new decade. I feel like Geminis are going through that same process too, but they've kind of been going through this review and release process all year. And right now I feel like what you're doing, Gem, is kind of summing all of that up and really, really getting motivated to cut anything out. I get the sense the reason why this reading is coming up this week is because this person could be coming back soon, but you're not ready. So understand that if they do come back, you're not ready. Maybe you can express that to them if they're understanding. Maybe you can't. Whatever the case here, Gemini, you're not ready for this to come into union. So going through this review and release process is going to help prepare you for that. But it's still going to be a waiting game. So that's the message I have for you, Gemini, for this week. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information is in the description box, as well as how to get entered into the drawing for the free personal readings. Thank you guys again, and I look forward to seeing your beautiful souls again soon. Namaste.